since the passing of the Imam, I began to reach out to members in our association across the country. And I also observed what was going on across the country. And I've learned and observed that, as the Imam had said when he leaves, that there would be many organizations as offsprings from his teachings. And that's just what's happened. Which means there is no national figure as the Imam, as he said there wouldn't be. Which means for security and those who protected the Imam, what is there to do? There's no national figure to secure at this point. There's no national figure in which we need to provide our professional and years of learned experience. So we have to retarget our efforts into securing the community life. And those imams or those high-profile persons who necessarily, who would require that kind of protection, security, then we would be available to do that. But in the meanwhile, we would carry out some of the visions of the Imam. For one, he once mentioned that he wished the FOI spirit was still among the brothers. Well, that can be. You know, he wanted us to go into the community. He wanted us to get back behind the newspaper, the Muslim Journal, and sell it like we sold Muhammad Speaks. I see no reason why not. And there's several other things that you probably can think about being a student of the Imam also. So putting all that together, that would be some of the work that we would do. Now, would we be called or be recognized as a law enforcement group, a security group, a military organization? All of those things. Each one. We would work to get all the certifications that we would need to be in harmony with law enforcement and the government of the United States. For each member, man and woman, we would work to find employment for our members, as well as create employment. And I'm not just talking about selling the Muslim Journal and not make any money from it. Because this is the year 2015, and we all realize that, you know, from our learned experiences back in the day, we just don't go out and sell things emotionally. We got to provide for our families at the same time. So when we get to a certain point, or as we continue to develop now, we will be working to establish a relationship with Muslim Journal so that the brothers or the salespeople can put money in their pocket to take care of their families. Let me read a little document here from my computer about THS. This is the preamble. THS, True Human Services, is a national organization whose purpose is to secure the human family from crime, blight, unemployment, abusive relationships, racial injustice, unnatural human lifestyle, and to conduct investigative reports. Such reports of criminal activity will be forwarded to our friends and associates in law enforcement and criminal justice. Also to be a community watch patrol with the intent to reduce violence of any kind. THS also provides professional and certified executive protection services to high-profile individuals. We support the vision of Imam W.D. Muhammad to better the community life of the human family. And after that, we have a pledge of affirmation. For example, it reads, I, Rasul Nasir, describe myself as a true human, as created by Allah, God, for all human beings. I believe Allah created us by way of different communities. I believe His creation cannot be changed, and this life is a blessing from Allah. I pledge my life to uphold the fitra, the natural order of His creation. I pledge to use my blessings to secure community life, as stated in our preamble. And under that, we have signatures by our regional directors, national directors, myself as the national director, and the director of membership. Then we have it dated. Each person would sign that, state it verbally. You know, to be an FOI, we had to write a letter, and if it wasn't right, they would send it back, and you had to put it back in again, try it again. If it wasn't right, you had to go through the windmill and just keep doing it until you got it right. Well, you know, this is not all of that. All you have to do is stand up and say this as a believer. Boom. Sign it. And then you're considered a member of THS. Now, we're still working out some of the kinks in terms of the membership requirements and qualifications. But one, for example, there would be a separate division of those in law enforcement and those with law enforcement status. Then there'll be another division of those who are just the soldiers. And then there'll be another division of those who are, we'll figure that out as we go. But there's not going to be a limitation on our membership because there's a lot of work to do. I recently been appointed the head of security at Masjid in Wyandanch, which is actually a center, a community of Muslims in the Imams Association known as As-Sirat al-Mustaqim. As I'm the head of security there, as well as the president of the board. It's a small community, but THS will now have a headquarters from which to operate in Wyandanch, Long Island. We are looking to hold our meetings and start developing here on the island, but not limited to the island. We want chapters all across the country. We have connections in DC, Alabama, Philadelphia, and growing. So that if you are interested and you hear about this, reach out and touch. Give me a call. My office number is 631-456-5820. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. We need all good brothers and sisters, young and old. We want the older brothers and sisters to come on board so that some of those disciplines that you learned at MGT and FOI can be passed down to the next generation. Yes, we will be wearing suits again. We will have a lapel pin with THS on it. We'll have a membership ID card with THS on it and other forms of identity. You are not limited because you wear a beard. As long as the beard is trimmed and you look presentable. We're going to have hair going all over the place, you know, untrimmed. We're going to look like disciplined individuals with discipline. They're going to be skilled. You will be trained in whatever city you're in. Many of our representatives today are martial artists, top martial artists. And some have backgrounds in law enforcement, some have backgrounds in the military. And some are just grandmasters in the art that they do. So we look forward to having you on board. If you have any questions from observing this videotape, then give me a call. send me an email. My email is truehumanservices@gmail.com. Thank you.